Welcome to another episode of Heimdall's Watch, brought to you by a debilitating fear of the outside world.
Hey there, this is Ryan. I'm your Dungeon Master for Heimdall's Watch. This is just a quick little update on why this episode's a little bit shorter than the usual ones. When recording this one, we had a bit of a software issue and crash, and we lost roughly half, maybe a little bit more of what we recorded. We did realise partway through, and we were able to do a quick little recap of what we'd done in the episode, but weren't able to sort of recover what was lost when the software died. So to give you a bit more to listen to this week, we have also recorded a bonus episode that we'll be releasing alongside this one, which we're tentatively calling Who Watches Heimdall's Watch. So that should be on the feed around about the same time this one goes live, and there for your perusal. It's a bit of a recap of what's happened in the story even before we started recording, a little bit of an insight into what each of the characters are up to, and yeah, just a bit of a chat of what we're doing overall. So I hope you enjoy that, and we'll catch you again in a fortnight's time. And now, on with Heimdall's Watch. As a recap, just in case this is lost, want to run through what you did, Ross?
Leland went and reported to Captain Hrothgar about the escaped prisoners, noting that most of the items were looted from the quartermaster and Brant was missing. There were fires and general panic and disarray in the Temple of Heimdall. Hrothgar directed him to go and catalogue the prison cells to see what prisoners are still there. Leland found the brains and smear of tea making guard, and found some paperwork of the prisoners, and noted that only one prisoner was left in his cell. The rest were either busted out through picked, broken locks, or just busted cell doors. And in the cell of the shapeshifter was probably Bob, the shitty guard, who Leland ascertained denied being the shapeshifter and probably got, tricked into the cell of the shapeshifter, who more than likely is what triggered off the whole sort of prison break business. And that's really all Leland got.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
How did that go? Was that good? Was that a good summary?
That was a good summary.
You put me on the spot, and I wasn't really...
Yeah. Well,
Well,
this whole situation kind of put me on the spot.
spots.
So.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to fuck around with you.
No, it's all good.
Well, Hannah demonstrated her mastery over the druidic art by easily and trivially completing a challenge set out to her to make sure that she to test if she understood her wild shape abilities. Once again, proving the superiority of Drow, she then decided to head back to the capital city. Upon returning, she was racially profiled. Once again, just reaffirming her current beliefs and affirmations. Now she's just sitting with the captain waiting for something exciting to happen.
And Poppet, because that was what's in progress.
Yes, Poppet has healed Sigrun and gotten her out of the crowd she found herself smacked down into the middle of, and guided her to the gates of the city, where we've cleansed up a bit, gotten onto her horse, and we've started to leave the city and make haste north towards the monastery where Poppet found himself.
Yep. All right. And
Now we've been very suspiciously joined by a cat,
Yeah.
who shouldn't know where we are. Or how
like I
we
said,
got
it
here.
could be just like a super version of animal friendship. Yeah, that's the situation. You are it's now the three of you on the horse
Riding north to the monastery.
and riding north.
Yes. And as I've made this trip before, I will. I know the path
Mm-hmm.
where I am an outlander.
Yep.
And I can find food and water.
Okay, and you're saying it's about an hour north of the city, is it?
I thought a day.
A day? Okay. All right.
I'm just creating a world around your world. It's okay.
Sure. No, that's fine. Since this is a path that you've travelled over time, what are the sort of challenges of this pathway? Or is it a pretty clear run thing?
It's mostly a clear run through woods up until you get into the more rocky, mountainous region
Yep.
north of the city. Because I figure the monastery's like in the shadow of mountains up against at the base of, so it starts getting a bit rocky and a bit steep and a bit as you get closer and closer.
Yep. Okay. So you're
Good thing
traveling.
we have a flying horse, hey.
On that, after sort of trotting sort of out of eye shot of the city, the Sigrun gets the horse up into the air and essentially, well, as the crow flies, heads straight along the path that you've laid out for her.
Yes.
Towards
I don't want to be a dick, Ryan. Eye shot's not a word.
What?
No, please, no, don't worry.
Is it what?
Eye shot isn't a word. It's earshot.
Once you're out of eye shot of the city.
Is it not? I've used it for years.
Ear-
Not a thing.
Earshot?
Earshot. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of sight. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that is the.
We knew what he meant.
I knew what you meant. Just eye shot isn't a thing.
No, it's not.
The more
I
you
don't think
know.
I think I only ever used earshot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I was just being a dick.
No. It's
I
fine.
said I didn't want to be a dick. Really, I was just being a dick.
Confirmed we were out of earshot of the city by that
Yes,
stage.
that as well.
Yes.
Out of sight of the city. Yeah, sure. Okay.
I never got to go through my whole plan of enthralling the guards and trying to force my way through.
But yeah, Sigrun's basically made a straight beeline for the mountains where your monastery is, basically following your guidance.
Yes.
And this travel sort of essentially all through the night.
Wunderbar. We are going to seek sanctuary.
Yep. As you're sort of approaching towards the mountainsides, you can sort of see the first sort of peaks of the morning dawn sort of start to light up the eastern side of the mountains. It sort of gives them a sort of like a purpley red hue. Some of the snowy peaks on it sort of gets this like this sort of vivid pink as it sort of shines off the morning light. And sort of nestled just on sort of the edge of the snow line is the monastery.
The monastery.
Which was your home for quite a few years, right?
Yes.
And yeah, so she...
The Perrin learnt all he knew, which wasn't much.
She brings the horse down to land, sort of about 150 yards short of the main gates, and just sort of starts
to approach properly.
Yes. Once she gets about 50 yards short, she stops entirely.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we have arrived.
Yes.
What'd you do to Sigrun?
What did you do to Sigrun?
Do fucking anything with Sigrun.
My whole thing only lasted for a minute. I don't know what you've done.
I ain't even near Sigrun. You're the one that's mind controlling her into a zombie.
I did that yesterday and it was for a minute and it clearly didn't work.
Is that like calm emotions or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To suppress any charm effects or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which apparently wasn't a charm effect. That made her punch that thing. Yes. We should be going inside. Inside.
You can go inside.
With you.
I don't believe I should go inside.
I think we should both go inside.
And she
This is a place to find
she
yourself.
sort of sits on the horse.
Sigrun.
And is like, I believe I should stay
This
outside.
is a place for respite.
Hey, guess what? Turns out Sigrun is a strong, independent Valkyrie who don't need no halfling.
Just a half elf.
Hey.
Did things for you.
I roll persuasion.
I don't have persuasion.
Well.
I made a list of everything I have and it's very unhelpful in this situation.
Yeah.
So I should, seeing as she doesn't seem to want to go in, which is problematic, just start explaining to Sigrun how out of character she she's been despondent, drinking, all of that stuff, and that this is a place of sanctuary, a place of rest, a place to find oneself, to find one's mind, a place of healing and silence, reflection, and I expend an enthralling performance on Sigrun to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
The best thing about the enthralling performance is they don't know you tried to do it if they pass. Which is very important.
As a charm effect?
Yes, it
that
is.
effect?
Sadly. But if they succeed, they have no hint that I tried to charm them. Otherwise, that's awkward.
Okay.
I'm a bard.
You're a monster! Good work, I'm so proud of you.
Making sure there's no reason why that shouldn't
Punch
work.
to the back of the head to knock her out and drag her in. And what?
What?
What? What?
She better not be bloody mimic.
That would have been a fun spin. I mean,
Elaborate. Don't worry, the cat's the mimic.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe you're the mimic.
No, it's Bob.
Bob.
It's probably
Clearly
still
Bob. Who else would be in the mimic cell?
I wonder how pissed Ryan was that I didn't let Bob out of the cell. I should ask him.
I knew Bob wasn't getting out of that
it
cell.
was- I knew Bob wasn't going to get out of it. It didn't matter who ended up there first. Bob wasn't going to get out of that spell. Out of that cell.
Yeah.
It's a spell.
Spell.
It's all an illusion.
Illusion magics. Truly, this is a disturbing reality.
Okay. So what was the enthralling presence?
Enthralling performance. Sorry.
Performance, yeah, sorry.
Yes. So, she's charmed with me. While charmed, she idolizes me, speaks glowingly of me to anyone who talks to her, and hinders anyone who opposes me, and avoids violence unless she was inclined to fight on my behalf.
Okay.
So, she currently idolizes me. So now
Uh-huh.
let's go in together to my monastery.
You sort of see her sort of like looking at you and it's like this sort of glowing smile. It's sort of like almost like the doe eyes. It's like, and then goes to nudge the horse forward and then just sort of like stops and resists and then leans forward like ready to sort of try and sort of spur the horse forward again. It's like, and then stops and like freezes up again. And it's
What's
just like,
wrong? What's wrong, Sigrun?
everything is fine, dear little one.
Oh, that's not disturbing. Come on. Come along.
And she's like, she dismounts, and then takes.
I reach for her hand. Come along.
She takes your takes
She has
your
to
hand
stoop
in
down a
hers,
bit.
and then sorry.
She has to stoop down a bit.
Yeah, I think it's more of like you're sort of reaching up a little bit as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, she sort of takes your hand and hand in hers, and then sort of takes one sort of step forward, and then just sort of like freezes in the spot, and then like sort of stands more like like more upright, like feet together, and then
I just keep gently coaxing her.
and eventually she sort of starts putting like one foot in front of the other, and like sort of stiltedly but pushing through essentially, and starts to walk up towards the gates of the monastery with you.
Yes. I'm assuming there's someone at the gate to see people approach. I'm assuming they watch the gate.
The gates are closed at the moment because it is
Yes,
still sort of
yeah.
pre-dawn essentially. There is a couple of sort of like there's a sort of a few slung lanterns across the peaks of the the higher points of the walls. You can see just that the sort of the pointed fur hats that some of the guards guards wear that when they're sitting up on the higher points of the wall.
I'd like to blow my horn just normally to get their attention.
And you hear one sort of one voice like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Mm. Morning already. Morning. Oh, we got visitors. Hell there.
Hail, Perrin Hill Topple of formerly this monastery.
Parent,
So cute.
you're the mute.
I nod and bow.
You managed to find your voice on your travels.
Somewhere. Somewhen.
That's truly great news. And then he's just sort of yelling over the side. The mute's found his voice.
We seek a place of sanctuary and respite.
Couldn't think of a better place. And then he turns back over again,
Please.
yells over his shoulders, like, "Open up the gates!"
Please assist me with my friend.
And the gates sort of like creak open. There's just one of them opens inwards a little bit, allowing you in.
Yep, so I just ask them to come and assist with my friend who is troubled. Or who
Okay.
seems troubled.
You make your way into the monastery.
With a very reluctant Sigrun.
Sorry.
With a very reluctant
Yeah. She's walking very sort of very very slowly. It's almost like she's walking through, say, like molasses or treacle.
Yes.
It is every step feels like she's walking through. It looks like she's walking through a swamp.
Yes.
Like she's meeting heavy resistance with every single step. You make your way into the interior of the monastery. The gate closes behind you, and you're in this sort of open courtyard area before the monastery proper. The grounds are well kept. There's just a light dusting of snow from overnight.
Yeah.
And you're familiar with that. Like,
Yes.
it's just high enough in the peaks where the snow just sort of settles a little bit overnight, but then as soon as the sun starts to hit it, it melts away. But yeah, not enough to until like sort of the heights of winter. You manage to keep it manages to keep relatively snow free during the day. You see the sort of first signs of some of the brothers, I guess that would be the terminology used for this
Yes,
for this
sure.
monastery. The first signs of some of the earlier risers are already sort of shuffling around. There are some sort of chatting back and forth. There are others that do have like vows of silence and so forth. And so someone not talking in a monastery is not the strangest thing.
No.
But you were known as a
Yes.
mute, not talking by choice. You were not talking because whatever reason. It wasn't a vow. It was a
Yes.
condition.
Yes. Yes.
Where do you feel like you go from there?
To the main monastery proper with Sigrun to seek aid for her.
All right.
Not that she's aware of,
You
'cause she likes me.
you
Reluctantly.
lead you're leading a very sort of reluctant Sigrun
Yes.
through to the
And I'm assuming the other brothers can sense this.
it's an odd sight. It's like
Yes.
it's kind of the inverse of watching like a stubborn toddler being
Mhm.
led by their parent. This is,
There's an eagerness and a
there is. Well, there's more the point. Is like there's a halfling, some sort of child side leading
The-
sort of someone
the
that's
adult.
looks more like an adult, and the adult looks like they're dragging their feet,
Mhm.
stubbornly following
Mhm.
along.
We're almost
It's
there.
kind of sort of
Almost
it's an
there.
interesting look. Every now and then she sort of stops short. Is like, I don't think I should go.
I think it's important.
Meanwhile, you sort of you hear the sound of snore, chasing a rabbit through the one of the vegetable gardens in the sort of the northern area of the courtyard. Every now and then, like you hear the sound like the rabbit's like rapidly changing direction and like scuffle,
Yep.
and then like snore is like chasing after, and it's quite the sight. Yeah, it's quite the cat and mouse show
Yes.
essentially.
Yes. He can be left to that. There are other priorities at the moment.
You reach the large sort of heavy wooden doors of the main
Mhm.
hall.
Mm.
They're already open and cracked. They're not closed at this point, and just from the inside you can sort of smell like the early lightings of incense censers.
Mm-hmm.
And just that slight smoke coming through.
Yes. I'm probably
Um,
trying to get towards one of the more elders,
Mhm.
elder brothers, whatever they would be referred to as.
Well, have you heading in there? I'm gonna jump over to these two
Yes,
guys here,
yes.
so everyone gets a little bit
As
more.
we've
more
arrived
of a-
somewhere.
Yeah. Leland,
Go for Leland.
go for Leland. Leland. Why
Leave
am I struggling so much with words?
explains.
Words are hard.
Okay. You are coming up from the bases of the jail. You've got some idea of what's transpired down there. And yeah, you're heading back through the main hall, and Hrotha is still up on the upper level, still barking out commands as he goes. You can sort of see that blood stain that's across his shirt has gotten a little bit wider, and he's starting to get some like dark areas under his eyes. He's looking a bit worse for wear at this point.
If only we had a cleric.
And sitting behind him, with her hands behind her head, with this smug look of combination of smugness and annoyance, which is probably just your
It's probably regular
probably
face.
a resting face.
Resting bitch face.
Is Hana.
Hey.
Hey.
I assumed there was going to be slightly more
Back to
interaction
Poppin.
than that.
Back to popping.
You go like you're doing in a place like this.
We were all
Leroy.
thinking it was going to be like this session was going to be a great little sort of reunion of all three parts of the party, but no,
Bye,
someone
Someone decided to fuck
oh,
off.
fuck off into a monastery, a day's travel north of the city.
I came back.
That's why.
Oh, that's fair.
Just
fair.
we need the party all in one place, guys. We can't do this.
Sorry.
We can't keep doing
But
this.
Sigrun.
We can't keep
Sigrun
doing
needs
this. We can't keep doing. Leland walks up to the desk, and he's got like still a sort of manifest for the jail.
Yep.
With all his like noting down stuff, and eventually like he sort of kept noting, and then as he gotten onto the third page, he just started scrolling. Shit's fucked. And he
I
throws
look at that and going,
sort of throws it down on the desk, and he's just like, so the changeling who can wipe people's memories has escaped and could be anyone. So stay the fuck away from me, all you potential changelings.
And speaking of which, Hana's back.
Yes, potential changeling. Yes, potential changeling. nice to see you again, potential changeling.
nice to see you, potential changeling. Is that what we're doing now?
I mean, I'm not. But, you know.
But I thought
But
you
you
said
could be.
everyone's a potential changeling.
Well, yeah, but I can do magic and shit. Ooh, could the changeling do magic and shit?
Interesting.
Interesting. We only caught the changeling in the focus because it fucked up pretty bad, and we got lucky with like finding Neve. I don't know how we're remotely going to deal with it in this densely populated city. So we're all fucked. I think we should just burn the city down and leave. I think we're done with civilization. Our mind controlling shapeshifter.
Civilization 2.0 is done. That was a good test.
Yep.
Let's work on revision 3, huh?
So, quick question.
Yes.
While he's saying words and he's
Like
throwing
random people are buzzing around me, like doing. I'm like, stay the fuck away.
and he's like throwing the book and he's doing that and the captain's staring and all sort of stuff.
Yep.
I was gonna flick through because that was the like the guest book.
Prism Manifest, yeah.
I was gonna quickly flick through that.
Yep.
Page where I signed in that day before I left is my name still
Yeah.
legible.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I wanted.
Just smear some brain over it.
If you're going to try and sort of maneuver your way to scratching your name out of that,
was-
is going to go for a sleight of hand.
That's it.
Because you have like forgery skills and stuff.
Well,
That's you.
I don't know if this is the time and place for the old forgery kit.
Like you're
break it out
sitting there
into-
being like,
think.
you put one of those eyeglass things in. You got like a little lamp on your head, and you're like,
No, keep looking at him, everyone.
He's got like all these little cards of like sample handwritings. I was like,
I don't know. You're still like darkness.
there we go.
Just darkness. Nothing sus.
So I was just reading a spell, see if I could do anything. I just read through it. Like, is the blood and stuff on it still relatively?
There's still some areas of it that are sort of tacky. He did sort of, Leland did sort of
I
smear
just
off
scooped the brain off.
Did scoop a good portion of like the bulk of it off, but there's a couple bits that are still a bit tacky and
Look,
moist.
I'm just gonna pick it up for the time being and just like flick through it all nonchalant. Just having a read.
Gonna leave your name in there.
I'll be in there plenty of times. I've got perfectly legitimate reasons to go visit the prison.
Yep.
In fact, every time that I've been here, I go there every day. It's
You
completely
always fill out
normal.
the book every time.
I do.
Well, especially when you go level 1. That guy is,
Keen
yeah,
was.
Yeah.
was.
You monster.
Keen as mustard, which ironically is the same consistency that he is right now.
Ooh.
That's not ironic.
Just a
Different
little
colour,
gross.
which is the
Coincidentally. So I'm running down Hrothgar on there being only one guy left in there, and like letting him know about the Schrodinger's cat situation of Bob and the shapeshifter. But it's probably the shape. We don't know, and I'm like, everybody's a shapeshifter. I don't know if Bob's a shapeshifter. The shapeshifter might have probably got out, but it could also be Bob still in there. Everybody could be a shapeshifter. You could be a shapeshifter. I don't think I'm a shapeshifter, but how would I know if I was a shapeshifter? I could still be a shapeshifter.
Either way, sounds like.
Remember the time when Neve was a shapeshifter?
Calm down. Settle.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Situation's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
Can I put in for some leave?
absolutely not.
Because I gotta go to my uncle's funeral or something.
I can guarantee you there's gonna be some funerals around here in the next few days as well.
well, I'll have to take leave for those. See, you making my case for me is a tragedy. Please let me go. Please let me go. I need to be somewhere that isn't here.
Hold
on.
Your leave application.
Slap himself in the face. No, I'm good. I got this.
Suffice to say, your leave application is swiftly denied.
Yeah, I don't really get leave. This is more a work release from prison thing. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Yeah, we need to get these prisoners back.
Yeah.
We also need to get everything that they've stolen back.
Sounds like you need all hands on deck.
Yeah, gathering
get-
up all the magic items seems like a thing a changeling would want. No, I'm just fucking with you.
It's like you might need someone who's had a criminal history, would know how to track these things down. Maybe there's someone like sitting on your desk doing nothing right now. They could be doing something.
Maybe someone who's specifically been investigating illegal relics.
Fine. You did come back.
I did. I said I would.
You did. I'll be keeping my eye on you, and I'll have Brant make sure he does that as well.
I would expect no less.
I came back too.
You always come back, though. You're always around.
Yeah, you're right.
We always know where you are, and it doesn't take Brant to do that.
He like sort of like sniffs his armpit like, no, that's fair.
Can normally hear you. She's for the death glare. Right. Out there. Get them. Bring them back.
I'll jump off the desk. What I'm going to do is like in the middle of all this chaos and what's going on, and he's tired and he's wounded and he's injured. I'm just gonna like put the book to the side and just kind of like absent-mindedly take it with me and hoping that no one notices. I have to do like a sleight of hand and make it all look natural and stuff. Everything's fine. That's a 7, so that's probably going to be a 25. No, it's just a 20. I love rogues.
I didn't roll great. Okay, so yeah, you sort of palm this prisoner manifest, which is only sort of
Just like hiding it,
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so essentially you've got the sort of the check-in book, the logbook of the comings and goings of the jail. That you've got that in your possession.
Yep.
Which is something that Leland had in his possession not 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's got my DNA all over it.
Fingerprints.
I think it's more of someone else's.
Also Leland's. Look.
Hence the fire.
So Leland's gonna make a big show of. I'm gonna need to go and do some mystical investigations into this. I've got to go and consult my bones and figure out what the next step is. Yep, cool. And then he goes back to his room and takes a short rest. It's very important we get right on this right now. Yes, and I need to go and do that.
First
I'm
we
going
go-
and taking a short rest.
But first I decided to
been
go
a
get
long
some
day.
donuts.
I take it you're kind of tapped out spell-wise.
I am tapped out spell-wise. But also, like, I'm picturing, like, no, I need to go and consult the runes and figure out, like the mystical underpinnings of this situation. And then he's just going to go down and, like, just lie down on his bed and just, like legs up against the bed head, just...
What the fuck happened today?
What a day. What a day. But yeah, like, short rest.
Yep.
I figure, like, a whole long rest would be like, why are you sleeping?
Like you're standing still in front of the cats going,
Eyes open.
I'm so tired.
What are you doing for this hour?
It's like completely cover it. Don't worry. After I consult the bones and the runes and the other magic shit, we'll get right on this. Okay, bye.
I'll meet you in the mess hall. I'm going to go to the prison.
Yep.
And I'm going to quickly check up on the cell where Vicky was.
All right. So you make your way through. You see, the what remains of Teacop. That's the name I'm going with now. And yeah, you make your way.
His name's Earl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Officer Earl Grey. You make this is gonna move on. You make your way down to
He's
where
dead now. It doesn't matter.
It's right, it doesn't.
you make your way down to where your sister's cell was. What were you looking for?
Just curious to see if I can work out, was she the instigator of the bracket? Like, how'd you get? Was it like door open from her side? I just kind of work out like,
Investigate.
yeah. And is anyone around?
No, not currently.
I will channel my new powers.
I believe there is one cell with a closed door.
That is not very good at all. 15. Oh, sorry, investigation, sorry.
87.
Yes. 14.
It went down? What?
My investigation is not so good.
That's an intelligence one.
You're looking at this. The best thing you can notice is the lock appears to have been picked.
Yep.
It was a clumsy pick. It was a fast one. It was there for essentially it was a quick job, not one you'd sort of do if you were breaking in trying to not be noticed. This is getting out of a cell fast. Or
Okay. So it may have been done during some sort of chaos rather than being what was setting it up. Interesting. Any thieves' cant on the walls or any of her possessions, anything like that in there?
Okay. there are sort of the non-essential possessions around. The essentially what you would, the things that you notice that are missing, are the things that you yourself would grab when you needed to get out quickly. The a change, essentially some clothing and shoes and whatever.
Tenor saxophone. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. All the essentials.
The Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, 12-pound
like
bowling ball.
volumes J through.
A single blue candle.
That candle you do notice is not there. That is distinctly absent or well.
What are
hidden.
you talking about?
Or well hidden.
In a butt.
Ew.
It's right in Hannah's butt right now for reasons.
It's way up.
Teleporting reasons.
Just lean it.
It's not what you think. It's a sex thing.
It's a druid thing. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't understand.
Thieves count wise, there are some recent scratchings in part of the wall. Where a lot of prisoners would do like the scratches for the number of days being as a tally them along. This one here it looks like little sets of 5, but every so often there's check marks that have been either like only half done or partly done, and you can tell it's sort of coded across the time. There is like coded message of attack, not sure if safe, and that was it.
Interesting. I'll hop out and see if I can work out. I guess that I can do another investigation check or something like that. See what instigated or where did it come from? The breakout.
Roll me a new investigate on that one.
Anyone around?
The only person that's around is that one locked cell that you haven't really.
No, okay.
That poor half elf. He's just like sitting there. He's like, "Hey,
Hello.
hello."
14.
14.
I am rolling.
I'm still
14 is for investigation. That's what you're rolling.
Yeah, well, I am.
I could still offer things. I'm only in my twilight days. I'm not dead.
I'm still a dangerous criminal, you know.
I'm not dead. I'm just badly, badly hurt.
Okay. Looking at this, you get a similar sort of feel as what Leland got of the place, is that there was a increasingly large number of people that were basically like, it seems like things have come from below upwards and freed prisoners on the way through. Because I think you got roughly the same sort of information.
So I would have gone down below at some point, would I?
Oh, this is like, you can tell that this has been some sort of breakout, and this level wasn't the one that instigated it. Because he's on the minimum security one. So it sounds like your sister might have got lucky more than anything. Or very unlucky.
Eaten by a grue.
Kind of that.
I got a plan. Don't worry about it, guys. I got a plan.
Where do you go from there?
Hey, come back to the city, Poppet.
Sure, just give me a call up at the.
On the long range
Yeah,
telecommunications.
smoke signals.
Cool.
I mean, I could get some magic for that.
Where do you go from there, or what's?
That's my interest to see if I could work out what's going on. I've got no interest in.
Well, it'll probably take you about a half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, by the time you get back upstairs, Leland's short
And,
rest will be done.
At some point, what I'll do, just there's chaos and fires and stuff nearby. I'm just gonna, oops, silly me, got this book. Just gonna place it in some rubble
Random
or
fire.
chaos, and maybe
Just does.
it'll just sort itself out.
Okay. So disposing in an area that's sort of still smouldering.
Yeah, just like whoopsie daisy, not like. Because I'll be recording, like, oh dear, I'll place this here while I go and like, oh, what's this, and kind of like
Oh, it slipped out of your pocket
investigate
as you
and do
walked.
something.
Okay.
My godly acting talent of 12. I'm sure that'd be deception. What would like a thing like?
Performance.
Performance.
Charisma.
14. It's more of a theatre than a movie sort of performance, but it's not bad.
You're playing for the back row.
Yeah.
Local theatre. Community theatre.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of It's that obvious that thing where you want to go home from work early, so you're doing like the obvious sort of like setting up for the sick day tomorrow.
It's like, what's this still doing here?
But yeah, you sort of
I'll just place it down somewhere. Just like,
all right.
my thing is just to be like, oops, still got this. Place it down. Just like, it's not important. No one's there anymore anyway.
Not currently.
Yeah, so everything's fine.
All right.
I still meet in the mess hall, so
Yeah.
but now I'll go to the mess hall.
All right. Got a plan. I have
Who are you
consulted
talking to?
myself.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's the only one you trust right now. And even then,
All right. Leland's gonna. All right. He's figured a thing out. He sat when he was resting. He's sort of ticking away.
got scented a bit.
I'm excited.
Tickety booze. He's gonna pop. Okay, from where the quarters are, is it quicker to go to the mess hall or is it quicker to go to the quartermasters?
About even way, even distance each way.
Oh, I didn't claim my thingo yet.
They might just be close for a little bit.
I know they're close, but it's for like remembering personally. Like, I've got to go do that at some point, if I can ever.
Leland's gonna go to the mess hall. Find you there. It's like, all right, possible shapeshifter. We're doing this.
You sort of both sort of make it towards the mess hall around about the same sort of time. It's been set up as a sort of a temporary infirmary.
So some of the can't get the soup of the day then.
Yeah, where's the stew? Can I still get the stew?
there's still some food being served. It's just basic.
Oh,
like,
good.
bread.
I'll go help myself at some.
But for the most part, a lot of the actual like food benches have been sort of cleared of all the like the eating utensils and everything. Have been set up as like hospital beds essentially. There is quite a few injured and several dead.
I'll walk through with complete disinterest, go to the kitchen, like, get a cup, just pour it whatever super stew, and just go, eat it or drink it, whatever it happens to be. And then just walk.
And it's really depending what sort of soup it is, a certain viscosity. It goes from being a drunk meal to a chewed meal. There we go.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I'll go meet up with Hana and just be like, shapeshifter says what? Yeah, you're all right. Come on, let's go.
What was that? So, were you here when all this fun started?
No, I was.
What were you doing then?
Don't worry about it.
I was elsewhere.
I was elsewhere with. Hey,
You know what? I don't think I need to do an inside check to work out that you may not be telling the whole truth.
have you seen Poppet or Sigrid anywhere? We sort of got separated after.
But you weren't doing anything. How'd you get separated?
Don't worry about it. I didn't say we weren't doing anything. I said don't worry about it.
Oh, what were you doing?
Don't worry about it.
You sly dog. Oh, no.
He likes tall girls.
That's canon.
Yep, that's a look. Like what can I say?
Same, to be honest.
So, So they haven't shown up yet. They should have been fine and not in deep trouble or dead, as far as I know.
I'm complicating things.
You realise now, I've covered for you multiple times. One more time isn't going to make a big thing, but I understand if you can't talk about it right now.
We'll get to it later. Like, I've got a plan, and you're gonna have to look. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll make you an accomplice after the fact later.
I assumed coming back would mean I'd be in deep shit.
But I got an idea. For tracking this down, or alternately tracking Pop It down. I don't know. Whichever one we feel is more important. Go
We
to...
might both be in the same place, actually, so that works well.
Yeah. Go to
I'll just sigh
the
and just
quartermaster's thing.
Yep.
And so there's still, like, people there cataloging what was taken.
Yep.
I will ask them if I can look at what was taken, like their list, and see if there's anything on that list that I sort of recognize as a thing that I've seen in there before. I just want an example of one of the things that was taken from the quartermaster's stores.
Okay. Yeah, flicking through the manifest you've seen, because I've described that route. That's a clever move. I like that one. Yeah, there's for the most part, most of the things they've taken is armor and weapons, and you've seen several pieces of those because the room has set up has had armor stands and weapon crates and all that sort of. There's a bunch of stuff
So
that you've seen.
let me get this straight. I'm thinking out loud. So there was a prison break. They ran all throughout the police headquarters somehow, broke into here, armed themselves, and fought their way out.
Well, this is kind of out on the way out. So the prisons are below the
Yep.
sort of main hall. They've come up the stairs there, through the main hall.
Yep.
There's been some pretty... Yeah, you
There's
both,
ogres,
you both saw
some scary stuff here.
you've seen... Yeah, there's been quite a fight in there.
Something that could be undescriptively called a melee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Aw. Some areas were put off.
I meant that more in like underselling the drasticness
Oh,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That- Not the...
A bit of old rough and tumble.
But yeah. So parts have been set on fire. Then the hallway that sort of leads to the outside runs past the quartermaster,
Okay.
the quartermasters, the barracks, the mess hall, essentially, then out the front door and into the city proper.
But like what I'm sort of picturing is anything like sort of unique that was on like one of the shelves there that I would have seen before that is missing now is what I'm sort of like a thing.
There's one sort of like long sword that looked particularly sort of. It looked less sort of magic, more like one of the ones you see some of the sort of the toffee nose sort of folk around town.
Oh, like a ceremonial sort of.
It's like
It could be a sword, but it's not designed to be a sword. It's designed to be a piece.
You know, it's like a shiny silver rather than sort of a practical steel.
It's a fashion accessory, basically.
Yeah. It's an ornate piece,
Yep.
not necessarily a practical piece.
All right.
That one there would really stick out to you.
All right, so I'm like sort of going, cool. That's missing. We'll find that sword.
What sword?
The sword that's
You do
sword that-
realise that I can't read inside your head, right?
But no, the sword that was there, the shiny one.
Do I know what he's talking about?
Yeah, you've been in there.
Cool.
It's a prominent piece.
What?
Yeah, magic.
I was trying to say.
Now you don't know what he's talking about.
But we'll find that sword, and then we'll find whoever took the sword and escaped with it, and then we'll go from there. I mean, or we could fucking sniff for clues or something and try and find a trail. That's boring as shit, and I don't want to do that.
Well, this whole thing is boring as shit,
Yeah.
but here we are.
Yeah.
This is cops' problems.
So you with me on this? We're on the case. We're on the trail. We're on the thing. Because you got to be cool. You got to be cool for like 5 seconds.
What?
Yeah.
just 5 seconds.
Oh no!
You got to be cool for 5 seconds or silent for 5 seconds. Try one.
No, be still, my beating heart. Let's go.
All right. Make a way through the streets to where I stashed the Eye of Mimir before.
Yep.
Look, don't worry about it. And I will mage hand the Eye of Mimir back out of the spot where I hit it.
Can you roll me a perception check?
I can.
Do you need me to roll one as well, or?
Sure.
13.
13.
23.
Okay, while you're sort of busying yourself, you're casting out I'm assuming you're doing it with the mage hand again,
Yeah.
and you're sort of like concentrating as you're extending this.
What I will do as well, when he's
magical-
doing something, I'll kind of work out, okay, he's doing something sus.
I'm not strictly hiding this from you. I'm at this point going, well,
Yeah, but you're doing...
yeah.
I know you. You're suspicious, and no...
I'm shocked. This is my shocked face.
So 27 for stealth, I'll be just hiding in the darkness, just kind of, watching, but not being obvious that I'm...
spot is up on top of the one of the buildings nearby. There's a raven perched, and it's large. It seems larger than normal, and it's just perched there. And you notice it, and it just seems odd.
Is it looking at anyone or anything in particular, or just...
It's sort of like it's doing that crow thing, where it's just sort of looking around the space. Yeah, that's what you notice.
Okay.
I don't notice it.
No, because
No.
you're busying yourself.
I'm busying myself doing a thing. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, you managed to retrieve
Cool.
the sapphire. That's you know where it is. You know exactly where it was placed, and getting it back out is easier than putting it in the first place.
Yep. Cool.
And what Hana sees is this mage hand sort of pulling back out of the sewer lines under the city and pulling out this sort of golf ballish sized sapphire jewel.
And then
Not interested?
Leland stashes that in his codpiece.
Less interested?
Okay.
For safekeeping.
Of course.
Yep.
Not just for
Probably the safest place on the planet.
not to just extra fill the codpiece.
It's like, oh, 2. Interesting.
This is what I felt like. I haven't felt like this since the horse riding accident.
Look, do you want to go for a quick side errand before we get on this whole catching criminals business? You're cool, right?
What?
Be cool. Just be cool for 5 fucking seconds.
Look, you know me, I'm...
Look. Right now, I have stashed down my drawers unspeakably priceless religious artifacts.
Yes, I
that
unfortunately watched you just do that.
that I'm pretty sure the Church of Odin is going to want back.
Did you have to drop them right down to your ankles to put it in there?
Look.
So I think it would be beneficial if I have a fake one of these that I could, I don't know, sort of do a switcheroo with. This is uncomfortable. With at some point.
Oh, Spike.
You know I'm down for these type of shenanigans, but maybe, just maybe,
Yeah. I'm open to suggestions.
it'll help.
Be less weird about it.
Well, I won't ask the impossible, but maybe you could fill in some of the blanks that are missing for me for this part of the story. Because right now, I know nothing, and I would like to know
Probably less.
something.
I would like to learn less
I
and
may-
more simultaneously.
I may want to forget it all, and that's what alcohol is for afterwards. But
Well,
what have you done?
What isn't clear about this situation? Okay. Well, I'm not gonna try and I'm not trying deception. I'm like, you know that I'm lying. I know that you know that I'm lying. Like this, okay. And I'm like, well, Sigrun went crazy and convinced me and Poppet to help her steal the eye of Mimir from the temple of Odin. Why am I doing finger quotes for that? And, like, through no influence on my part or convincing, she decided to steal the Eye of Mimir, an ancient artifact from the Temple of Odin. And in the confusion, I ended up with it. And I convinced her... Wait, no. She convinced... Look, I can do scrying now, and I sort of need this to scry with, so... Look, I was gonna be helping her find some shit that she wanted or something, but now she's gone, and I think she's dead. I think Sigrun's dead. I mean, I can find out. I can sort of like look into the Eye of Mimir. I might have to wash it off a little bit first, but
Might be a bit some of a blurry image currently.
yeah. But it's a look. What more do you need to know? It's a priceless artifact of the Church of Odin, and they're probably going to be pissed that I've put it down my codpiece right
I
now.
get it. You two fucked up, and you went to steal something without the rogue being there, and
And now,
now you're in deep shit. Got it.
Hey! We're not in any shit. There is a nice little distraction going on all over the place right now. I think we're going to be good.
Okay, so you're
But
hanging
maybe
over
just
a
maybe
rickety-
you know, something similarly Eye of Mimir size and shaped.
Right now,
Yeah.
both of you give me a perception check.
Bad. It's a bad one.
26.
And it is... It's early evening, is it not? No. Trying to figure what time it is.
Possibly, because it was afternoon when he went back to the
Yep.
temple.
It's
And
sort of... It's evening-ish. Just passing past the... Oh, because it's full moon still. Or around about that time. You see this sort of winged shape sort of pass across the... And sort of cast it... pass across the moon and sort of cast a shadow over the top of you as you're both talking. Your instant thought with a... Not so
With a
great roll
knot.
is...
mimic.
Holy shit. It's that fucking... statue angel thing. Your initial thought is it's that massive fucking raven, and you roll better, so you're probably slightly more convinced of your thought. But yeah, you both sort of stop talking at that point because you both notice the shape. What you conclude from that is quite different.
I duck for cover under like an eave or something.
Which is a strong reaction.
All this is doing is reinforcing my belief that you are in an escalating pile of shit. So I'm assuming phase one of what is undoubtedly going to be a batshit insane plan is now in motion. What's phase two?
You need a 5-point plan.
It's a 5-point plan.
They are in phases.
Holy shit.
And do you want to get off the ground? You know what? I'm not going to ask that question. Just what now?
Well, I mean, you got sort of a couple of options. I could try and find, I know some guys. We might be able to get, like, a fake Eye of Mimir just to take the heat off this little...
I can guarantee whatever guys you know,
Yeah.
I know better ones.
Hey. I used to do this. And I only got caught once. Yeah, alright, fair.
Maybe we know the same guy. What a wonderful adventure we'll have. Alright, so stage 1, copy diamond. Stage 2,
Sapphire.
whatever.
It's those sorts of details, and attention to those details is the difference between a successful plan or having a
This isn't
having
my
a
plan.
diamond
I
sapphire
have-
inserted in your codpiece.
I have absolutely no buy-in if this succeeds or fails. So, phase 2.
Well, I mean, phase 2 was going to be find Sigrun and plant fake Eye of Mimir on Sigrun, but she doesn't seem to be around no more. So, I'm open to phase 2 being fluid. We could just, I don't know, break back into the Temple of Odin and plant the sapphire back where we found it, and hope that they're dumb there. They're pretty dumb there. They left us in the room with the priceless artifact, so if it just appears back in the case, maybe they'll think it's divine providence or some dumb shit like that, right?
No.
At the very least, I want to be able to. I want a second ball in this juggle game thing. Yeah, let's do that. Let's find a guy.
All right. With that, I'm gonna jump over there.
Cool. All right. I have a dumb.
bugger.
I'm compounding my dumb plans. I'm sorry.
I'm picturing as well. You're still like on the ground hiding in the ears. I'm just sitting there.
All right.
Hi.
You're like not hiding at all. I'm like,
No, except my stealth roll. You're like sitting there talking to no one.
You head into the main hall of the monastery. As you're sort of heading towards where sort of this High Master, High Master,
Hi, Master. Works for me.
where he's based. One of the sort of the fellow monks sort of comes in from the right hand side and is just like, Lady Sigrun, just please come along with me. The young master Perrin. He has someone. Oh, he needs to see the High Master on his own first.
That's reasonable.
And she sort of like walking through jelly, just heads off to the right with this
reassuring
monk.
her it's all fine, and I tell him to take care.
You make your way through into the High Master's chamber, and you see a sort of familiar face. It's the higher monk of your order, and standing behind him further up, where he would normally be would be seated, is an older gentleman. He's got these sort of longer robes. He's got this a tall staff. It stands probably about another foot or so higher than him. He's got a long sort of grey white beard, and it's got a real Gandalf sort of feel to it. Single eye patch, and he's just sort of looking towards you and is like,
It's Gandalf or Brant.
Brant's a half orc.
I don't know.
that's a half orc.
Oh, you've decided this older gentleman. You did not give me a race for this person.
No, that's right.
I'm not racist.
I'm getting there. I haven't finished my description, but yeah, human. What do you mean the half orc? I can't remember if it was half orc or full orc, but it was orc based.
I had no idea.
But
This changes everything.
yeah, this one here is sort of like it's got a sort of a booming voice that sort of is sort of beyond normal, and is like this voice sort of fills the room, echoes off all the walls around you. It's like Master Hilltopple.
Hilltopple, yes.
You've got some explaining to do.
I bow.
I believe you and your friends owe me one of my eyes back.
I don't think you want it anymore.
And I think at this point we'll end on that fun little cliffhanger.
SpaghettiOs.
Busted. Thank you for listening to Heimdall's Watch. If you have any questions, or, if you need us to, pick you up from the airport to help you move, you can contact us on email at isolatedcitygaming@gmail.com. Or contact us at Isolated City Gaming on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or YouTube. And, or if you just want to talk,